And of course, reflecting on the year 2023, I'm Elizabeth Mutume, and today we speak to Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, WIPA leader, on the year, how it has been. It's a simple recap, and would like to hear much from him. Leader, thank you so much for the opportunity. I know the year has had its own fair share of challenges, but then how has it been for you?
Well, it's been a very challenging year, but we thank God because He's seen us through just a few more days. But it's a year that has seen Kenyans come out to the streets to agitate for their constitutional rights as guaranteed under the Constitution 2010. For example, the right to demonstrate, which is guaranteed under Article 37 of the Constitution. I'm sure Kenyans will remember that during the demonstration period, we were very clear in trying to tell them what are the rights under the law, and a lot of them understood that provided you go out there unarmed, the operative words are unarmed, then you have the right to demonstrate, to picket and do other things. But unfortunately, during those demonstrations, we lost a lot of young people. People will remember what happened in Mlolongo. People will remember what happened in Wote, what happened in Kisii, what happened in Kibra, what happened in Mathare. Unnecessary deaths occasioned by police bullets, live bullets. And the thing that shocks me, Elizabeth, is although some of our partners, particularly the ones from the West, are very strong on the issues of basic human rights, right? None of them came out publicly to challenge the Kenyan government to come out clean on the use of live police bullets against innocent citizens who are just demonstrating per chance to get some extra food on the table. Because the main issue was the cost of living. That continues to be the challenge today. So the year also saw us sit as a National Dialogue Committee, and we tried to deal with the issues. And we made our report, which is now before Houses of Parliament. We hope early in January, maybe by mid-January, both speakers of the National Assembly and the Senate will be able to have special sitting.
The high cost of living still remains a challenge.
But of course, the high cost of living may not be on the agenda, but the report is there because we agreed as National Dialogue Committee to disagree on the cost of, on the issue of the high cost of living, which was the number one item as far as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya was concerned.
There was so much hope from Kenyans, especially from Azimio.
Yeah, we did our best.
Cost of living.
We did our best, and Kenya should never lose hope. But when you're dealing with a leadership that does not seem to be sensitive to the suffering of the people, yeah? Did we not hear some of them even tell university young graduates that I cannot promise you anything? We are faced with a situation which is unprecedented without any historical similarity with regard to the management of the country's economy. We have heard that the stock exchange, securities exchange in Nairobi is now the worst performing in Africa. We have had more than 6,000 companies moving businesses out of Kenya to the region. And that means losing jobs. These people came to leadership positions helping Kenyans, are telling them they were hustlers, they are going to give hustlers jobs. Instead of giving them jobs, even the little they have, they've been taking away from them. So these are the challenges. But, well, they say they have their mandate, and we're not challenging that mandate anymore. We said, you now go ahead and lead, all right? We will play our role as a very strong opposition. After all, if I heard President William Ruto has been very clear on this, he wants a strong opposition. But let him also demonstrate that he means it. Because there are leaders who say one thing and they mean the opposite. Because if you want a strong opposition, you cannot, by the same breath, go and weaken the same opposition.
I know every issue in the NADCO report matters, but then can you say that the NADCO report served its purpose, and especially your committee?
We did our best. I can tell you we were not perfect. The issues are numerous. We in fact had extra agenda items like memoranda from the judiciary itself on the need to even maybe hopefully make the number of Supreme Court judges move up from, are they 6 or 7 to 9 or 12 or 11, all right? Yeah. But we could not deal with that issue. Some of these will require serious attention, and some of them will require referendum, right? We could not arrogate to ourselves the responsibility of knowing what is best for Kenyan people. We did point out the direction. For example, on the creation of the 2 offices of the leader of official position and that of the prime minister, we know that we recommended that even if there are some interim measures, but the issue must go before the population in a referendum. Yeah, the issues that
we're likely to have a referendum anytime soon, or we're going to wait for the...
People should not be afraid of a referendum. They shouldn't at all. But I think that our friends on the other side are so scared of the word referendum. They would rather go and spread all over the place stories about state capture, which nobody understands. Because if there's state capture, it is these people who are really messing up with the independence of the judiciary, even reducing the efficacy and the performance of houses of parliament, because parliament is critical. The parliament has a responsibility to enact laws, and the executive should try to implement those laws. But where you have the executive trying to mess around with the parliament, then you end up with a very unfortunate situation. This is definitely not where we want to take Kenya. And Kenyans are very clear. Kenyans have come of age, 60 years of independence, right? And you know, unlike many countries in Africa, Elizabeth, these countries had a very active civil society. And Kenyans are educated across the board. Kenyans know, for example, that it will never be useful anymore to come armed with billions of shillings to bribe people and expect to vote for you. In the coming years, people should be ready to know that the people who have plundered the economy will come and bribe you with the money that they have used, that they have taken away from you through high taxation. By the way, the issue of high cost of living is heavily linked with the matter of incredible high taxation regime.
However, President William Ruto over and over has said that they found empty coffers.
I don't know who can believe that story. Because have we not seen that in a day they are collecting 900 million through e-citizen? A year is gone. A year is gone. Nobody should have any excuse. And there's no evidence of what they're saying, empty coffers. We hear that story. It's a very easy narrative to get away. The other one, you want to confuse Kenyans as state capture. Well, in fact, it is them who are actually now doing exactly that through the example I've just given.
So how is Azimio going to help Kenyans
Azimio
with the strong opposition?
Azimio will be there for Kenyans, and I want to assure Kenyans, we will do our best as Azimio not to let you down. Yes, and we will stay together. For a start, we propose as Azimio to hang together. It's very important. You
say that Azimio will stay together. However, we've seen leaders trading barbs on social media over the NADCO report.
Oh, that's expected. In a democracy, again, we cannot all read exactly from the same script. And we read from the same script, different scripts, and we sit and agree, because during the course of those negotiations, as the leader of the team, I made sure that the summit, right from President Uhuru Kenyatta, from Raila Odinga, and the rest of us, were always adequately briefed on the sticking issues. And we would, of course, obtain concurrence. Like on the issue of the cost of living, we are absolutely of the same mind. And we cannot let Kenyans down on that
That
issue.
means Azimio is intact according to you.
Absolutely intact.
All right. I know you've
Absolutely.
turned 70. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, and to you as well.
Thank you. Thank
your
you
birthday
too.
child.
And I know very
Only
well.
doing third floor.
I know you have a plan.
Yeah.
Can we say
I
that?
have a plan? You made
I
me sound
believe
like Kenya Kwanzaa.
I believe you have your plan, political plan that is.
Yeah.
And maybe you can tell Kenyans what we expect from you 2024, and more so, are you going to be on the ballot 2027?
I don't know why you
We
rush
would like to
this
hear- we
issue
would
of
like to
being
hear
in the
as
ballot.
Kenyans, we would
Before
like
you
to
get
hear.
onto the ballot, you must make sure there is a credible IEBC. Because there's no point of saying you'll be in the ballot only to end up getting completely messed up. Well, in fact, you have the numbers. All right? And this is what has happened in the last 3 subsequent elections, 2022, 2017, 2013. So we must first of all make sure the institutions and the playing field is level. Then we will make those important announcements and decisions. Decisions, of course, will be followed by announcements. And of course, even before that, consultations. I lead a party called Wiper Democratic Movement, which believes in consultation. This is why Kenyans will agree it's a very highly disciplined political movement. So we intend to continue that way. And within Azimio, the same. Yeah.
So you say there will be something for us 2027, or rather for Kenyans,
there will be announcements. And like now, Kenya is already ahead. The thing about like Kenyans, I like about our people, is they can be ahead of the leaders. They're already ahead of the leaders. You hear some of them say the 6th, some others saying hashtag mapema.
But what is your take on this?
Yeah, they're already ahead. They know.
And what is your decision?
And you know, God speaks to his people in different ways.
Thank you so much.
Maybe some of them have already seen a revelation. We'll follow them. Yes.
Thank you so much. I will be here also to hear your revelation.
Well done. You could also be a revelation carrier.
As the days go. Happy
you.
birthday once again.
Happy
and
birthday
Merry
to you,
Christmas.
Liz,
and
may
thank
you
you so
live to many, many, many more. And may I take the opportunity to wish your viewers, your listeners, a very Merry Christmas. And a year that will be better than 2023. We hope 2024 will be a better year. And that Kenyans will have resolved to hold together as a nation. And they will have resolved to isolate extremists who come in the name of all manner of things and goodies, and to be able to point their minds in the right direction with regard to the leadership.
Thank you so much. Which is your favorite tune currently?
My favorite tune. I'm talking about I've actually been watching this young man called Israel Mbonyi.
Yeah.
He's a Rwandese, but he sings like a Tanzanian. Very poetic. When he says, Nina Siri, Siri, na Jasiri. Jasiri is buffalo soldier.
Yeah.
Jasiri. But that's okay.
That's your tune.
I like it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Wonderful gospel.
We'll be singing soon, or rather later.
Yeah.
And thank you so much
for
having me each and every time. Thank you so much for watching TV 47. Back to you in studio.
TV47 Sports, brought to you by Kulik Prize and Radio 47. Make your festive gaming experience memorable. Tune in, play, and stand a chance to unwrap delightful surprises all December long with Radio 47 and Kulik Prize.
This is TV47 Sports News. Remember, you now have a chance to win amazing